Hey sis, listen, you gotta live life. Talking to my single sisters now. You're gonna have to live life as if you are not going to get married. That means you have to be very intentional. I'm talking to my women, who are waiting on marriage specifically to make business moves, to buy a home, to do a lot of the things that they're just waiting for this Prince Charming, right, to come and be a part of their life. Not saying it's not going to happen, because I'm still very hopeful myself. But what I'm saying is don't stop your life, sis. Don't waste your opportunities. Learn, grow, get to know yourself. Live as if you're not going to have a husband. What would that look like in your 60s? What's that going to look like in your 70s if you didn't have that other person to rely on? What does that look like as far as protection? You know what I'm saying? Be intentional. That's all I'm saying. Take you some self-defense classes. Live your life as if you're not going to have a husband. What are your finances going to look like? What is your home going to look like? If you had the chance to sit down and plan out your life right now without mentioning a husband, what would that life look like? Start building it. Literally start building it. Because what a lot of us do is we sit around and we wait. That might not be the best thing for you, sis, because when you are positioned a certain way, you're going to attract a certain kind of person. So if you're sitting around and you're waiting waiting to get your finances in order, you're waiting to buy the home, you're waiting to, you're waiting for all of these things because you want a man in the picture. You are cutting yourself short of who you can potentially attract if you just go out and go get those things. Go get it, sis. I'm not one to say, be independent, be an independent woman, and, but if you're forced to be independent, my love, you have no choice but to build from the ground up and build your table. You know what you're going to attract? A man with a table. Hopefully, if you're being discerning, you're not just going to pick the first thing that comes along. And then what else is going to build is self-respect, value. You're going to begin to see the things that you've done with your own hands, right? And you're not going to allow anyone, a man, woman, friend, family, to come and tear it down because you worked so hard to get it. That's going to make you a totally different woman than what you are right now. Really, it really is. It really is. And that's what I came on here to tell you today. I know you want to be married, but stop waiting on a man for you to live your best life. Do the things. You want to travel? Don't wait until, I get my man and then we could go here, there, and there. You know what I'm saying? Live your life and live a full life. Learn about yourself. What is it that you like? You like painting? Girl, go do a sip and paint. You ain't gotta, if you don't drink, you don't gotta bring no alcohol. Bring you some seltzer water, some sparkling water. Okay? Put some fruit in it. And a little squirt of that flavored, the flavored squirts. Okay? Take that. Sit there and paint by yourself. Spend time with yourself. You know? Do all the things. Do all the things. Because check this out. Everybody is not married. And everybody, woman now, every woman is not married. And every woman does not bear children. So if you happen to be that woman that doesn't get married, right? And you happen to be that woman that doesn't get to bear children, what you supposed to do? Shrivel up and die? You don't want to wait until you're an older woman to say, dang, I should have did this or I should have did that. Do it now. Do it now. Do it. Do it afraid. You know what I'm saying? But do it. And if it's not for you, pray that the Most High block that door and open the door to what is for you. But what I don't want you to do is sit around and wait for some Prince Charming to come into your life, to get you out of debt, to buy you this beautiful home, to give you this beautiful soft life. Because sis, that's not real. That's not real life. I want you to go out here and get it. Build your life so that when you look back, you can say, wow, I did this. And so it just builds a certain amount of grit and resiliency that you want. You want that. You want that. And if that make you too masculine because you planned a life for yourself, and a good one, if that makes you too masculine, then so be it. But guess what? When you walk into your home, your safe home, because you done did whatever it took to make sure that you have the training to ensure your safety. When you walk into your home, you're going to have peace and tranquility. Of course, it's going to be some lonely nights. Of course. But when you see how Yah worked in your life and allowed you to build things with your own hands, you're going to be ever so grateful, hopefully. I hope you will be grateful. And I hope you take these words to heart. And stop sitting around worrying about a husband. Stop praying for a husband exclusively. I'm not saying don't pray for a husband if that's where you at, but don't let that be your only prayer, sis. Pray for spiritual things, discernment, understanding, knowledge to get closer to the Most High. Pray for things like that as well, for protection. Pray that He leads you and guides you. You know what I'm saying? Pray that He builds you a table. You a table. You need your own table, sis. You don't just want to sit at a man's table. You want your own table. And then when he has his own table and y'all combine y'all table, y'all got a banquet. That's kingdom stuff right there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not sitting at no y'all not sitting at a little table, like a kitchenette table, you know. Ain't nothing wrong with that. If that's where you at, if that's where you building from, you already got your man, and that's where y'all building from. That is great. I'm talking about single in your single season, sis. Plan it out. Plan your life. What does it look like? What's your life gonna look like if you're 30? What's your life gonna look like in your 40s? If you already in your 40s, what's your life gonna look like in your 50s? And what we doing to get there? Okay? Because, sis, the reality of it is everyone is not going to get a husband. Y'all see the way these brothers is functioning? Everyone is not going to get a husband. So don't cut your legs off. Use them and build your life. Don't cut your hands off. Use them and build your life. You're not handicapped. You are capable. You are a capable woman, and you're capable of doing marvelous things. I love y'all. This is Kadasha. Thank you for listening. Shalom.